Hey, what's up? It's your girl Ty. So the other day I was doing my deliveries, right? And I went to, my customer's house. So as I was leaving her, after she finished signing off, I was leaving. She goes, "Did you hear what happened?" And then I turned around and I was like, "No, what happened?" And the way she looked at me, the way she said it, it was, I said, "Oh, she's being messy. I can see," because she saw I was all high. She saw that I was all happy. I was all jolly. I was all in a great mood. And then she saw that and then she looked. And then she goes, you know what happened? And I was like, "No, what happened?" So she proceeds to tell me what happened. And when she's telling me, I'm like, "What?" I was like, "Oh my goodness," because it was not so good news. And I was like, So she was like, "Well, come January, I'm about to be leaving them anyways." I said, "You know what? I think that is the best thing that you should do." I said, "Because it seems like that would be I said, "It seems like that'll work out in your favor." And then I walked away. Now she was looking at me all perplexed, like, "What?" Because prior to that, there was an issue. And I said, "Oh, I'm going to say something about it. I'm going to bring it up to and address it and let this be known because this is not, no." I said, "Because I don't work like that." So I did that and I brought it to their attention and they rectified the situation. They also even called and made an apology on their behalf because of me saying something to them about it. And so I was like, "Cool," because I don't get down like that. That's not the type of business I like to run. I don't like to be in the midst of people's stuff. So I said something about it, and they was like, "Okay," they rectified it. They apologized, everything. Cool. So then I ain't seen her in a while. So I finally go see her again. And then she's like, "Oh, you know what happened?" And then she's telling me, and I'm like, "Wait a minute. No, she's being messy." So when I was leaving, like I said, she was like, when I was leaving, she was expecting me, instead of me saying, "Oh, well, you need to leave and you need to do what's best for you," she was expecting me to say again, "Oh, I'm going to say something to them about it," or whatever. I was like, "No, I'm not doing anything. Have a great Thanksgiving." And I kept it moving. But why, when I got in the car, this is what this topic is about, to not internalize other people's problems. Why, when I got in the car, I was vexed. My heart was so troubled. I was fuming. Like, I was so angry and so furious. And I'm like, "Wait a minute." I was in the greatest mood that whole day. From the time I woke up to the time I was doing my deliveries to the time I got to her, I was in a great mood. And she saw that. She saw that. And then she saw that. And then when I was leaving, I was like, "Okay, bye, whatever." And then she said, "Oh, you see, did you hear what happened?" And I'm like, "Well, what happened?" And then she proceeds to tell me. And then I get in the car and I'm mad. I said, "Oh, the devil is a liar. She did that on purpose." That spirit that she had, transferred over to me because all of a sudden I was angry. And then I was like, before I move forward, I rebuked that spirit. I said, "The devil is a liar. You devil, get up out of here. Get thee back, Satan." I don't think so. I said, "I will not take on anybody else's problems." I was like, "No. Thank you for my happiness back. I'm going to be back to my giddy way. I'm about to listen to this music. I'm about to go on and finish these deliveries and continue to have a blessed day. I'm not about to let the devil get to me." And she did that out of spite. She was doing that purposefully. That was a facetious act. She did that because she saw that I was happy. And then all of a sudden, "You heard what happened?" I'm like, "What?" You know what I'm saying? And she did that. And then she was expecting me to say, I'm like, "No," because I'm not internalizing anybody's situation. Meaning, I'm not taking on nobody's problems that ain't got nothing to do with me. That's not my problem. I'm not, you know what you got to do. And if you're going to continue to keep staying and you're not getting the service you want, you're not being respected, you're not being treated well, or whatever the situation that is going on. And if I've talked to you multiple times, and if you keep saying out your mouth, "Oh, I'm going to leave, I'm going to leave, I'm going to leave," but you don't leave, and then you're going to say again, "I'm leaving in January," I'm like, then you don't want resolve. You want attention. You don't want help. You want attention. You just want somebody to listen to the crap. And I'm not listening. My ears are not for gossip. My ears are not for trouble and problems. If you want to say something, you're going to speak life and nice things and positive things, uplifting things, things that are good. But if you're going to complain and deal with this crap and do nothing about it, then I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear nothing. Don't come to me with your complaints if you're not going to do anything about it. And I'm telling you what to do, and you know what you got to do, but you don't want to do it. I don't think so. What am I going to do then? What can I do? I can't do anything, and I'm not about to let anybody have me being in the middle of their mess, because she's messy. I don't know what's going on with her and them. I don't know what's happening. All I know is that I'm not getting in the middle, because I thought it was rectified. I tell you, I thought it was rectified. And then when I go back to her and she's like, oh, you hear what happened? I'm like, huh? So I don't know if she's the one that's, antagonizing them or what's going on. I really don't know what's going on, because I'm not there. All I do is the deliveries. I don't do anything else but deliver. That's it. I don't know what's going on. And even if I did, if I'm telling you the solution and what's the best way, there's other options you have. You have other options at your forefront right there. Why are you not taking on those other options? And if you keep saying to me, you know what you're going to do, and you're not doing it, I don't want to hear the complaint. And I had to pray against that thing, because like last time, I was like, no, I knew not to take on that problem, because it wasn't mine. Because years ago, I was working at the salon, and this owner, she was messy. She was fairly divorced. She was newly divorced. She had 2 children, and she was sleeping with a married man. And she was stalking this man, going crazy over this man. And she was one of those people that, well, the man must have been telling her he's going to leave his wife, their divorce is about to be finalized or whatever. So she's doing everything that she can, to still deal with a married man. And she's knowing damn well that man ain't getting divorced, knowing damn well that man ain't leaving his wife. And if he is, he ain't leaving his wife for her. And she's holding on to this false, perspective of this false idea of this man's going to leave his wife and marry her or be with her. And she's bringing all this trouble and this drama to me. And then when I would go home, I would be pissed off at her and at the situation and everything, when she knew and every time I told her, she knew what she needed to do too. I'm like, hey, you shouldn't be messing with no married man, but I love him and I like him, and he told me he's going to leave his wife, and I'm like, okay, this is not my business. This is not my problem. But I would go home and be pissed. Then I recall calling an evangelist at the time at the church I was going to, and I was so frustrated, and I was talking to her because she was somebody who I like to talk to. She was somebody who I got, some wise counsel with, right? So I would call her, and she was like, oh, no, baby, you need to stop that right now. She said, you do not take on other people's problems. She said, do not do that. She said, that could cause you all kind of problems that ain't got nothing to do with you. She said, you can, if that can start causing sickness, that could cause, health issues, but that's not your problem. That's the Lord's. Give it to the Lord and leave it there. Do not take that problem home with you. You got enough problems of your own. Don't worry about nobody else's problems. If they're not willing to do the right thing, then they're not willing to do the right thing. But don't take that home with you. Don't take on problems and things that don't have anything to do with you. No, that is for the Lord. That's the worst thing you can do, is to take on somebody else's problems. Don't internalize nobody else's stuff. Don't be over there sad, mopey over somebody else's stuff, especially if that person knows the right thing to do and doesn't do it. That person's not looking for help. That person doesn't want to change. That they don't want to fix the situation. They just want to talk. They just want to be the center of attention. They don't want help. They want attention. They don't want to do anything about it. They're not trying to resolve it. They just want to talk to anybody who will listen. And then when you're starting to listen, you have to be careful of what you allow, your ears to hear. You have to be, because like it says, evil communications corrupt good manners. Listen, I was starting to pick up things. I was starting to feel vexed. I was starting to be angry. I was starting to lose sleep, be stressed out over her stuff she wasn't stopping, stuff she didn't want to change, things that she was doing that had nothing to do with me. And just like this woman the other day, she was telling me all this stuff, and she did it on purpose because she saw my happiness. And then she was like, oh, because the devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy. So I'm all happy. I'm all like, hey, how you doing? I ain't seen you in a long time. And she's like, yeah. And then she signs off on it, and I'm leaving. And then next thing you know, she goes, you know what happened? And I'm like, what? I should have said no and kept it moving. But I'm thinking it's something, I wasn't even thinking it was anything of that nature, what she told me. I'm thinking it was something else. And so I was like, oh, what is it? And then when I heard, I said, oh no. And then for me, I said, I refuse. The devil is a liar. So do not take on other people's problems. Because that was something I was doing almost all my life, up until the point that the evangelist said so. And when she told me that, ever since that day, I tell you no lie, I'm the type of person that when I know something and I learn something, especially something that could break me free of something that's causing me stress, I'm implementing that thing in my life right away. And when she told me, don't you ever do that, she was like, baby, don't do that. Oh my God, that's the worst thing you can do. Nah, give that stuff to God and leave it there. Pray for that person, give it to God and leave it there. Do not take on other people's problems. You cannot do that. That is not your job. And when she said that, I stopped. So from there on out, anytime anybody would bring, especially if I try to help you with a solution, because I'm a problem solver. I want to try to find a solution. I want to try to help you get your life together, because I don't like stress. I don't like problems in there. And I ain't letting nobody come to me with their problems and wear my life down. No, we're not doing that. So I will try to find a solution for you. I'm going to help you find a solution. We're going to be brainstorming. I'm going to be trying to help, the best way I can. But when I see that you're not doing your end, or if I feel like, you don't want to be helped, you're not trying to get help or find resolve for your situation. You just want attention. You just want to be talking or venting, or just spewing out these negative things. No, my ears can't hear it. No, my ears are blocked off from gossip and evil communications, because again, it affected me almost immediately. And I was like, no, the devil is a lie. I said me a quick prayer. I rebuked that spirit, and I kept it moving and continued to have a great day, because I had a great day until I came to her and I said, oh, no. You have to be very careful of the company you keep. You have to be very careful of the people who you let in your life. You have to be very careful of the information you are letting people give to you. Don't just listen to what everybody say. You got to cut stuff loose. You got to stop conversations if they're not going in the right direction. Especially if they're changing your heart posture, or your spirit is getting vexed, or you're feeling like, wait a minute, I was just feeling this way. Now all of a sudden I'm like this. Oh no. That means that spirit attached itself to you. That exchange spirit, people like to do spirit exchanges where you're happy and vibrational, and then they're low vibrational, and then they'll come, and then you're in their midst, and then next thing you know, you're feeling low, and now they all happy and stuff, because the energy exchange. This stuff is real. This is a spiritual warfare. The weapons of the warfare are not carnal, meaning fleshly. They're not bodily. They're spiritual. Spiritual realm. You got to be careful, because the devil, like I said, comes to kill, steal, and destroy. And when she was trying to kill my joy, steal my happiness. No. I was like, I was so pissed. I was like, the devil is a liar. And no, I am not saying anything to no one about anything, because you are a troublemaker. I seen that. You're a troublemaker. You're trying to start trouble. You're trying to stir up trouble. No. Not with me, you're not. Not with me, you're not. Oh, no, I don't play games with people. And I don't let people play games with me. No, I don't. I was like, that's why I walked right away. And I looked right past her like, And she was waiting for a response like, oh, so I can resolve it. No. I'm not resolving anything. You don't want resolve. Because I honestly thought it was resolved already. I really did. I thought it was resolved already, but it wasn't. So I was like, whoa. That's why the Lord tells you, and I'm always armored. He says, put on the armor of God that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. That's in Ephesians 6:10-12. You have to have the armor of God on. Helmet of salvation, breastplate of righteousness, belt of the truth, gospel shoes of peace, shield of faith, and sword with the spirit of the word. Every day and every night, it is an armor that you should be wearing. You do not take it off. Because the devil is lurking every day, all night. And he can get you in your sleep. He can get you when you're awake. Nah, this is a real deal. This is a real fight. This is a real warfare. Spiritual, though. We're spirit beings anyway. And we're going to be attacked by the spirits. And when you're happy like I am, when you're a work in progress like I am, when you're doing your job, when you're changing your life around, when you're spiritual, when you're high vibrational, oh, the enemy don't like that. He wants you to be down. He wants you to be depressed. He wants you to be shackled with those chains. No, the Lord set me free, and free indeed I shall be. I shall remain. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Oh, I don't think so. So I'm saying that to say this. Do not allow other people's problems. You got problems of your own. Worry about your own stuff. As much as you love people, and no matter what, pray for them. Give their problems to them. Do not take on their problems. Do not internalize that. Do not be losing sleep over somebody else's problems. Do not lose sleep. Do not be stressing out, worrying about other people's things, especially if they're not doing anything to change. If they're not doing the work, then they don't want help. They want, attention. They don't want to do anything about it. But don't take on those problems. That's not yours. Do not take on things that are not for you. Because again, the Lord's yoke is easy to bear. His burden is light. And the Lord ain't going to give you more than what you can handle. And so he ain't told you to take on your friend's problems and take on your problems of this person or that person or this situation or that situation. And then go home and be stressed out about it, losing sleep, can't eat, crying, worried. No, he ain't tell you to do that. That's his job. And don't do that. If you are doing it, I advise you to stop it right now. Okay? Because I care. And again, the Lord cares. That's why he says, cast all your cares unto me, the Lord, because I care. The Lord cares. Give it to him, leave it there, and go on about your way, being happy, being merry, being loving, and having a great, prosperous, joyful life. Because that's what the Lord intended for us. So I wish you well. And I hope and pray you stop taking on other people's problems. Okay? So if this resonated with you in any way, shape, or form, I want to see some likes. Come on, y'all. Share. Comment. I definitely want to hear y'all comments. And I'm praying for you. And until then, blessings and have a great, awesome, magnificent Friday, guys. Thank you.